Fernando, pleasure having you here today. You came from Portugal. You do resi developments there for Vista. That's your company.
Yes.
Can you tell those that are watching us now a little bit more about you and Vista?
Yes, well, I'm leading Vista for 7 years now. I've started in 2018. We are trying to address our main crisis in Lisbon about housing at Lisbon and Porto, developing projects in both cities, greater metropolitan areas. We already delivered a project in Porto and then a project in Lisbon with 100 and with 60 units. But we have a pipeline of around 1,200 units to be developed in the next years. And then we are keen to develop this because we see that there is a huge scarcity of supply in the market, and we would like to develop more affordable housing. We usually say that we want to develop as much affordable as we can. It's of course depends on the location, depends on the price of the land, but we try to be creative on this.
And just to be clear, your business model is built to sell.
Built to sell.
Everything
Right now is
build
built to sell. We understand that there is also a scarcity for the built to rent, but it's a model that is not being tested in Portugal. But we would like to also to contribute with the built to rent.
Now that you mentioned the build to rent, in Europe, it's very common in many markets, the build to rent, if anything, has been growing. We see even some big private equity funds making big acquisitions for multifamily, even single family as well. They're very bold about that. Do you see this scenario changing in Portugal in the coming years? Because the price of the rent will probably gonna allow developers to think long term and hold the assets. Is the government doing anything about it to help or to create incentives?
They are trying.
For that?
They're trying to create some incentives to be the affordable build to rent. I think that will be the path to start to build to rent. But still, we don't have much land available, so it's still delaying a bit the start. So we don't have any development yet on the build to rent, even from us or other competitors. But I think it should happen on the next years, and from us or from others we'll start, and then it will be being done because it's really demanded by the younger generations, even for people that leave their homes, and so there is a huge demand for this on the market. It's difficult to quantify because it's since there is not that market very sophisticated, so it's very difficult to sustain right now. But we need to start, and then things will follow.
Sure. When it comes to the resi market, from what we read, the prices keep going up.
Yeah.
The demand is very solid. What's the challenge for you? You just build and sell everything, or there are challenges?
No, because I would like to address the volume and to be on a big developer there. So we'll address the mass market, right? So the affordability is our challenge, to build things more affordable, to be more affordable on the sales, so to be more efficient. I think that is our main challenge ahead. Of course, it depends on the segment that we are building. But these are in our projects, on the majority of our projects, the affordability is the key factor.
Your projects are in Greater Lisbon, Porto. Are you considering any other region or even Spain as a next step? Or you have so much to do there that you're very busy there and you're happy where you are?
Yes, I think we have much to do in Portugal, mainly in Porto and the Lisbon regions, there with the majority of the demand. And we don't know well the other markets. It's completely different Lisbon from Porto. It's a completely different market. And even the Algarve, that is probably maybe the second market or even the first in terms of size. But we don't act much in the Algarve as we don't know well these markets. We are learning every day from Lisbon and Porto. But now we are just 7 years old. It's not a long time for real estate development. So we are stabilizing ourselves in Lisbon and Porto, but not in Spain. It's a different story. Even our shareholder, that is Orion, has also some developments in Spain, so it doesn't make sense to come to Spain.
Makes sense. We know that each company will have a different structure, way of being, culture, and etc. How do you compare Vista with your competitors in Portugal? I'm sure that there are very fine companies as well
Yeah.
there. What would make Vista unique?
Well, it's difficult to compare with our respected competitors because we have some respected competitors there, and sometimes we learn a lot from them as well. I try to give to Vista some differences on the creativity, on the way we approach the product, or the way we approach the regulations as well, to deal with these challenges about affordability in order to be more efficient. I can't say that I'm better than the others, but we try to make sometimes different things. Sometimes we have good solutions and we have very success. Sometimes probably we won't, but it's the way it is. Yeah.
Fernando, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for the opportunity.